iOS 17 is less than a month away, and I am more than excited for what it's going to bring to our iPhones because I feel iOS 16 wasn't the best update. And I've talked about it before, but iOS 17 seems to be blowing it away. So the other day we got iOS 17 Beta 5, and it basically fixed almost every issue that iOS 17 Beta 4 and before had, and it's shaping up to be a great update. While I personally haven't installed it yet, some of these features I personally can't wait to have. So the new call screens when someone calls you, where it takes over your whole screen and it's kind of like a lock screen as you have all those customization options, I think is going to be so cool. Because allowing what the other person sees on their phone when I call them, I think is pretty cool because it's sometimes you don't get that contact picture and then you just never get it, and it's kind of weird to not have that contact picture. So I think basically allowing me to just send that over like how I can share over my contact or messages, I think is going to be a great change. Now we also get live voicemails. So this is almost like back in the 90s and the early 2000s, how you can essentially screen a call if it's playing like through the house phone. It'll be playing after they leave while they're leaving a voicemail, and you can pick it up. It's going to be just like that. And if they're leaving a voicemail, you'll get a live transcription of it right on your lock screen. iMessages also has some great features, and I've talked about these before in other videos, but there's now check-in, which will allow you to tell the other person who you're talking to, your significant other, really whoever, that you're going to this location, and you'll be able to give them full or limited access. So full access will tell you the last time your iPhone was unlocked, the last time your Apple Watch was pinged, and etc. So it'll allow your or your friends to let the other person know that you're home safely and you got to where you have to be. And check-in is in the all-new iMessages app drawer, which is a slimmed-down version of how it used to be, and personally, I'm all here for that. And also, if you're in a group thread and you miss a text or something, there's now a little arrow to just jump back up to the top, because I can't tell you the amount of times I've picked up my phone, and there'll be 20, 30, 40, 50, really however many messages, and I just might have missed them all. iMessages is also bringing enhanced search, which is more than needed. And we can also read an audio message transcription. So if you're that friend that likes to send hour-long audio messages, the other person now can read it instead of having to listen to the whole thing, and you can fast forward in them, which I think is so cool and so nice to have, because I can't tell you the amount of times I'll be listening to a voice memo from a friend, something happens, I lose it, whatever. But voice memos are getting great updates. And then also we're getting some stickers. So similar to the Memoji stickers, except now you can make anything a sticker. FaceTime, you now also have the ability to leave a message for. If you call the other person and they don't answer, you can just leave them a video message, which I think is a much needed feature, as the fact that we haven't had it for a while. And you can also have some reactions. So if you do a thumbs up, you'll get some cool fireworks, confetti, heart, really. The list is endless, depending on what your hand gestures are. So if you do thumbs up, you get confetti. If you make a heart with your hands, you get heart, and etc. And then also FaceTime is now on the Apple TV, so you can use your iPhone as a continuity camera. And then one of my probably favorite features now is Standby. And I've talked about this before, but Standby allows your iPhone to become this full screen display, essentially, when your iPhone's charging, kind of like a home hub. And it's actually so cool because it unlocks a whole new side of the software that we haven't seen before, and I kind of wish Apple implemented these in other places other than just Standby. And we finally get interactive widgets. So we've had widgets since iOS 14 now, but the ability to just turn my lights on from a tap on my home screen or mark a reminder is completed or play music is so nice compared to having to go into the Messages app or the whatever app and do it. AirDrop, we can also have now Name Drop, which is also another cool feature, whereas if you hold your iPhone to someone else's, you can share your contact information just with the tap of a button. And you can also share really anything, so if you want to just essentially tap phones with someone to AirDrop something, you can just tap it. Similar to how back in the day with the iPhone 11, we had that U1 enabled AirDrops. You could point the phone at the person, tap them, they'd be in the top bubble if they were a U1 enabled device. And later this year, Apple is also going to allow for AirDrop transfers to continue when you're not near the person, because sometimes you have to step away from the person sharing content, and it's not the best situation because now you have to leave the person, the AirDrop stops, and then it's just this whole situation. There's also going to be a new journal app to come later this year, and Keyboard also is apparently going to have even more accurate autocorrect. And this is something, personally, I think we need to see how this plays out, because I don't know how well it's going to... I don't know if it's going to be the best decision, or if it's going to be any better than what we currently have, at least in my personal opinion. But time will tell, we'll see how it changes. And then also now it has predictive autofill, so you can just essentially tap the spacebar to finish the words or even entire sentences if what you're typing is being predicted by the computer, just like how in Gmail does it. Now, Safari and Passwords also gets some great improvement. So Safari, you can have profiles, similar to how you can with Google Chrome, to keep all your data separate. So if you want to have one for home, school, work, all of your bookmarks, all your profiles, all can be kept separate. Search now is also more advanced. It's almost taking Spotlight Search and merging it into Google. Now, password sharing also got a lot better because password sharing now has the ability to make shared libraries of passwords. And I can't tell you the amount of times where someone in my family asks me for the password, and I then have to go into my phone, airdrop it, text it to them, or really whatever. And if I can just say it's in the album and they can autofill it, I think that would be so nice. Music also gets some great changes with CarPlay, as well as the ability to have SharePlay in the car, so you can just get the redesigned interface of Apple Music in the car, as well as SharePlay, so the other people in the car can add music. Playlists are also now compatible with your friends, so you can edit them together. AirPods are getting some great new features as well, as there's going to be adapted audio for those second-gen AirPod users, so you'll essentially be able to hear what's going on around you in the world. And now you can also just press and press again to mute or unmute yourself while you're on a call, as well as also having automatic switching be even more improved. We get offline maps for the first time ever with Apple Maps, and as someone who only uses Apple Maps, I think this is a great feature to have, because having to not have a map when I lose data or signal and just kind of the map glitch on me isn't really the greatest. Siri, you can now just say Siri to activate instead of having to say, hey, Siri. Spotlight is now going to have app shortcuts all the way up top, so anytime when you're typing in an app, they're all going to pop up at the top of the bar instead of getting windowed away. Visual lookup gained some more improvements. Health also now has mental and vision health features built right in. And then there's also security and privacy features built in. So if there's a sensitive content warning, you'll get a pop-up on your phone so you don't have to accidentally see that image, which I think is really cool. And overall, these are the big headlining features with iOS 17. And I'm more than excited to have them on my iPhone in a little less than a month. But I want to know what your favorite feature from iOS 17 is with a comment down below, so you can let me know down below. And also if you want to leave a like and subscribe while you're down there, I'd greatly appreciate that as well. But I want you to remember, today's a good day to make a great day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.